Соперник представляет Россию. His opponent, representing Russia, Vyacheslav ROGOZIN.
So here is ROGOZIN, 20 years old. As I said, he won a gold medal at the IBA World Youths in 2024. Then was part of the Russian team in Dubai at the Senior World Championships in December, where he got silver, losing in the final to the very good and very experienced Sakon Bibasinov of Kazakhstan. I thought he was slightly unlucky. It was certainly a very, very close affair, but he had a fantastic tournament.
Out of the black corner. Ему 26 лет, рост 165 сантиметров, вес 53,9 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 12 побед, включая 8 побед нокаутом при 3 поражениях. Ladies and gentlemen, he's 26 years old. He stands 165 centimeters tall, weighing at 53.9 kilograms. His professional record, 12 victories, including 8 big wins coming by win knockout, with 3 defeats. Дамы и господа, он чемпион Филиппин в легчайшем весе. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Philippines bantamweight champion, representing General Santos City, Philippines. Here is DENIEGA. Его соперник в золотом углу. His opponent fighting out of the gold corner. Боксеру 20 лет. Его рост 165 сантиметров, а вес 53,8 килограмма. Сегодня у него профессиональный дебют. Ladies and gentlemen, he's 20 years old, standing 165 centimeters tall, weighing 53.8 kilograms. And now his professional record. Но он мастер спорта международного класса, серебряный призер чемпионата мира 2025, чемпион России 2025 года и обладатель Кубка России 2026 года. Ladies and gentlemen, he's World Championship Silver Prize winner, Russian National Champion and Russian Cup owner. Дамы и господа, из Ярославля, Россия, приветствуйте, Vyacheslav ROGOZIN!
And this could be an interesting journey with ROGOZIN. Turned over nice and young.
No low blow, no holding. Listen and follow my command. Good luck.
Up against RV DENIEGA. Making his debut on IBA.PRO 19. So there goes the belt. ROGOZIN in the white, DENIEGA in the black. Scheduled for 6 or fewer. You can hear Shannon Briggs in the background there. He would have seen ROGOZIN at the World Championships in Dubai in December. He was out there, the cannon. Right hand into the body there from ROGOZIN.
No push, no holding, no push. No holding, no hold. Stop! Step back, stop. No holding, okay? Box.
And Shannon Briggs, another regular at IBA events. Good combination there from ROGOZIN.
No hold, stop! Step back. Box. Stop! Box, box. Box.
And the crowd looking to get behind the young man. It's always tricky being a float fight, as we call it in the UK, a swing bout as they call it in other parts of the world, because you have to be gloved up from an early stage. You don't really know when you're going to get on. There was a stoppage earlier in the night in the 8th round. That's not enough time to slide in a float fight. You need someone else to finish early, and then they got the opportunity because that previous fight finished in the 3rd of 10 scheduled. So that's quite a big gap to fill. And then when you add in the other 2 rounds where things haven't gone the distance, then you know that you've got time, because there's an 8-rounder to come after this. We need to be finished by about 7:15, 7:20 for the restart for the top 2 fights for TV for 7:30. These are all the things that have to be taken into account, and the running order will be put together in terms of the timings, assuming that everything goes the distance, which it almost never does, but sometimes it does. I've worked on shows where it has, and the swing fight, when there's been one, there's been no space, and they will come on after the main event when basically the arena is being taken down almost and the lights are coming on. It's difficult because you have to be ready to go at almost any point, but you can be waiting a really long time. Nice snappy opening round there from Rogozin. I remember Lawrence Okoli, for example, making his professional debut, an Olympian, after the main event in Manchester 2017, I think that was, back in 2017. So he's gone from the Olympic Games to knocking someone out in double quick time, actually, whilst they were practically taking the ring down.
Round 2.
Looking to try and go to the body there, Rogozin. Really planted his feet and looked to harpoon that right hand in.
Philippine, no holding. No holding. Stop! Step back. No holding, okay? Box.
He was just holding a little bit there, DENIEGA, on the other side of the referee, but the referee could still see it, and with that free arm, Rogozin was just pounding away to the body anyway. Good hand speed there from Rogozin. Left hand crunches through the guard there. He's been backed up to the ropes here. Throws that left hand, but he's got to try and get off those ropes, DENIEGA. And he's holding again there. And again, it's on the blind side of the referee, but the referee knows he's doing it.
Stop! No holding, okay? Box.
I-apel ko nang wala limo, i-apel. Kamusuong siya.
DENIEGA got through the left hand there as Rogozin was looking to open out, but he's been very aggressive here, the young Russian, which is good to see. He wants to make an impression here.
Head up, Philippine, head up.
Again, just trying to place that right hand into the body.
Stop.
It's good to see Rogozin set this kind of pace. Used to the three-round format, of course. Gone straight into a 6-rounder here. Good to see top amateurs do that. They're well capable of it. But he did walk onto that left hand there as he came in, opened out to throw his own left.
Bisa ka sa focus ha. Focus ka sa tiyan. Ay sa paniguro sa ulo. Tas ini mo sandi ko ka. Iplastar mo tiil. Mo naman sa pag-jump niya. Usa mo ana kung kalbo, sana ulan mo. Ana ulan mo priyo mo. Mukan siya. Ha? Pwede.
Round 3.
So into the third. And there's been a lot of attention on the lower weights in recent years due to the likes of, well, if you go back 10 years or so, Chocolatito, Carlos Codres, and Francisco Estrada, who's still going, of course. Srisa Ketsor, Rung Visai, in a way, Bam Rodriguez. There've been a lot of really, really good fights, a lot of really, really good fighters. I've missed out plenty there, but it's seen fighters around those weights get slots on big cards, headline big cards. Look at that fight between Inoue and Junto Nakatani recently. What an occasion that was. Selling out 50,000 plus, a record gate between two Japanese fighters. It was absolutely sensational. A really good fight as well. That 11th round is one that you remember as a boxing fan. And maybe Rodriguez and Inoue are going to meet. That's the word, that in early 2027 that could happen. Rodriguez moving up to bantamweight in his most recent outing. Good combination again there from Rogozin, and the left hand gets through. Deniega caught him with that left in the previous round. Other than that, he's not really been able to do too much to trouble him, but he's not looked like folding under any of these assaults, not yet anyway. There's that left hand from Deniega off the ropes as Rogozin again is set there looking to try and really make a dent if he can. And there he throws it again, Deniega. That's the punch that has been keeping Rogozin honest at times. I wouldn't say it's done any real damage, but he just has to be aware of it, which I'm sure he is. 3 rounds in, he's scheduled for 6.
Не вали, спокойно, сам, передней рукой, легко, жестко, понял меня, не добавляй, узкой стоишь, блядь, заваливаешься туда, просто чего толкаешь, отвернулся и толкаешься, встань плотно, работай между рук, понял меня?
There's that left. He's landed it solid a couple of times now.
Уже что делать? Переводы, уже. Он держит твою руку, ты, блин, закручиваешь.
Внимательнее.
Филиппин.
Четвертый раунд. Раунд 4.
Бокс.
Wala lang na siya. Tabi-tabi nga. Basta mo tira ka, lawas. Liki. Street upper ko ka. Ha?
No
Yapin
slipping.
siya.
No slipping.
Sa tiya ka, focus. Ayaw padala ng hinay niya. Basta ikaw, kaunti ra kusog dayon. Idot siya yung iban.
Slava, no push.
Isumpay
No
mo
push.
sabi, isumpay siya, isumpay.
Again, just working away on the ropes there, getting nice and tight, Rogozin. To throw that left hand, Deniega's got to have enough room for it. Rogozin just kind of pinning him back, getting that head on the shoulder, but does back up because he needs to give himself a little bit more room.
No low blow. No low blow, Philippine.
Referee just having a quick word about a low blow there. That was the right hand from Deniega, which I think was actually fine.
Nay, basta taas bigla rin kusog. Bigla kusog sa taas. Na! Sige! Taas na yun! Gato, tayo nga. Bisa ka sunod, bisa ka sunod. Tanaw, Ray, muha ka, magsunod mo ha. Basta.
Just trying to overwhelm his man here, Rogozin. Little step off to the side. It'd be good to see him do a little bit more of that. He's getting on top of him and just trying to, I think, take him out with volume. And Deniega covers up pretty well. You look at him there, he's not offering you too much. So it's good to see the aggression here from Rogozin. But I just wonder whether he could maybe be slightly cuter about it. Step off to the left. He's got to try and change the angle as much as he can.
No push, Slava, no push.
Kung kaya mo, side ka.
Closing stages of round 4. But he has taken plenty here, Deniega. Let's give him credit, he's not shown any sign of tracking, not just yet anyway. And every now and again he'll find a bit of space and fling some leather himself. There goes the bell. 2 to go here, this scheduled for 6. Then we have an 8-rounder between Pavel Sasulin and Eddie Colmenares, which should be a really good watch. And when that concludes, I don't think there'll be that much time actually left to take us up to 7:30, but 7:30 there is a restart time of 7:30 when the top 2 fights will make their way into the ring, starting of course with Soslenkov against Joyce, and then the top of the bill, Gassiev against Kadira. So Soslenkov against Joyce cannot happen any earlier. 7, and the ring walks themselves will probably be minutes after. So everybody, 6:30 UK time, that is 6:30 Greenwich Mean Time, 9:30 time. And again, he likes to take it up close here, Rogozin. Getting right on top of DENIEGA. He hasn't managed to find space for that left hand the last couple of rounds. Good right hand there from ROGOZIN. Again, just tip-tap up top and then looks to really sink that right hand into the body. He's trying to vary up the way to the shot, trying to find a way of getting to DENIEGA where he's not completely braced for it. It's a tough job though, he's a very capable fighter, DENIEGA. He covers up nicely, those gloves are where they used to be. He's catching that right hand to the head on that left glove most of the time. Then again, it's a flurry of hands and then he looks to try and sneak that right hand in around the back of the guard. For the first time in a while, they get themselves out into the centre of the ring for the last 20 seconds or so. Well, there he is, Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao. One of the greatest to ever do it with that comeback against Mario Barrios, which ended in a draw, a fight that a lot of people thought Pacquiao deserved to win. He was with the IBA in Manila at the end of last October. I was lucky enough to be out there, and it is a tremendous boxing heartland, the Philippines. Well, there's Shannon Briggs, former world heavyweight champion.
Заключительный шестой раунд. Раунд 6. The final round.
Стоп. No low blow. Бокс.
So, sixth and final round, ROGOZIN in the white, DENIEGA in the black, and DENIEGA's been a good opponent for a professional debut, 12-3, and taking it over 6 rounds. And ROGOZIN has worked very, very hard right from the beginning, and DENIEGA has made him work hard and looked to throw himself when he's had the opportunity. Big, big overhand left there. It's been that shorter, tighter overhand left off the ropes that has landed for him a couple of times. Nice right hand there from ROGOZIN, who stepped in. I don't think DENIEGA was really expecting it. So into the final minute. Work rate's been good. He's setting the pace, so he's working at his pace, but he's never really just let things drift or let things settle here or gone through the motions. That hasn't happened. You don't expect to see that in a professional debut, but in a fight like this, where he probably got the sense relatively early on that the stoppage was going to be hard to achieve, it would have been the easier way out, just to a box to pick some nice punches, maybe play to the crowd a bit, but he hasn't done that. Well, there goes the bell. Little touch of the gloves. Look, slightly disappointed there, Rogozin. He's put a lot into that. I think he dearly would have loved a stoppage on a night like this, but it wasn't forthcoming. DENIEGA, a very competent fighter.
По завершении боя все трое судей одинаково оценили этот поединок 60-54. Ladies and gentlemen, after the end of action, all three judges are in agreement, scoring the same 60-54. Таким образом, единогласным решением судей победу одержал and your winner by unanimous decision, Vyacheslav ROGOZIN.
So 6 rounds to 0 there for Vyacheslav ROGOZIN, and a good performance and a good opponent for him as well. We'll be seeing plenty more of ROGOZIN over the years to come.